Hey guys, it's Shy. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with another story time. You guys, I did not want to go into the new year with all of this negative BS still on my mind, so I figured why not just spew it out and be done with it. So as you can tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys the story of when I got fired from Walmart. Yes, you heard me right. I got fired from Walmart, y'all. Now before I get into that ratchet mess, I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys today about a company by the name of Loud Collection. Now Loud stands for Live Out Your Dreams, and it's something that I completely live by. Now this is actually one of their items, and they have both female and male attire. So what better way to bless your loved ones this holiday season than to go ahead and give them something that's stylish, something that's unique, and something that supports these smaller black owned businesses. And for limited time, using the promo code BOUSBEAUTY, B-I-S-O-U-S Beauty, it will also be linked down below in the description box. You can get an additional 15% off of your order. So make sure you check them out. Link is down below. Now let's get back into the focus of this video and jump into the details. I was employed with Walmart for about 2.5 years. Now for the last 1.5 years of my employment with the company, I was working as a service writer in the tire and lube department. Now for those of you who are unaware of what a service writer is, my job was basically to approach the vehicles once they drove up into the shop. I would talk to the customers, get their information, talk to them about what services they were trying to get done, give them some pricing, give them information about what's best suited for their vehicles, this, that, and the third. I would take their keys, send them on their merry way, and I would then go ahead and pass the car on to the technicians. Now being the type of person that I am, I love learning new things. So I asked to be trained in all of the services that we provided at the shop, and of course my management went ahead and did it. Now working at Walmart was a very fun experience for me, but at the same time it had its low points. Now I loved all of my coworkers, I loved my department managers, I loved everyone in that shop, honestly, but it got to a point where I felt like waking up every day I was walking into a very toxic situation because of some of the higher management as well as a particular person that I was always working with. So, like I said, it got to a point where I was just very unhappy going to work, and I decided that I needed to remove myself from the situation, and I began looking for other jobs. Now, a week into me putting in my applications, I was out and about riding around town with my home skillet Bridget. Hey girl, how you doing if you watching? And we went to go see one of her friends at his job. Now her friend was actually the store manager of the place that I'm currently working at. He's no longer the store manager there anymore. But when we met up with him that day, he was talking to us about the fact that he had to go back inside and start looking at applications for managers. Now, when I heard this, I was just kind of like, this was my opportunity to get the up out of Walmart. Now, like I really didn't want to go because I really did love my job and it was like the easiest thing ever. But like I said, I couldn't take it anymore. So I went ahead and opened up my mouth and I was just like, well, if you're looking for managers, I'm looking for a new job. So I'd be interested in that position. What does it entail? Like, you know, what would I have to do? Blah, 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 blah. Now, being that he was like this with my home skillet biscuit Bridge, he kind of just told me that the position was mine if I wanted it. So he really just helped me kind of breeze through the hiring process. They asked me when I wanted to start, and I told them that I wanted to end on good terms with Walmart, so I wanted to give them my 2 weeks notice. Let's fast forward to when I got fired. I would jump in and assist these technicians whenever we would get super busy. And I don't know why, but people had a habit of bombarding us the last hour of our work day. So normally at this time of night, I would go in and I would help the technicians kind of get some stuff out of the way. So this particular day, I think I had just finished up with the oil change and I saw a car had a battery installation that needed to get done. So I had finished up what I was doing here and I had walked over to the battery and I started working. Now, with Walmart, they do have certain safety procedures that we have to abide by working out in the shop. One of which is wearing our safety goggles. When I tell you that there's nobody in the shop wore their safety goggles, nobody did. But it was something that they were really pushing because we had just gotten a visit from the big dogs at corporate, and that was one thing they were really, you know, stressing out over. So I was working on my car battery, and this particular day it was raining outside, so my glasses were getting really foggy. So I pushed my glasses off my eyes and put them on top of my head, and I continued doing my work. When I finished up with my battery, A couple minutes later, my department manager calls me over and he says that he needs to talk to me. And he says that it's bad news. Now, working at Walmart, I'm always prepared for the nonsense because like they were always hitting us with some bullshit, y'all. Like, I kid you not, it was always some nonsense going on. So when he said this, I was like, what they want? Like, what's the issue? I'm leaving in a week now. Like, it don't even matter. What's up? He proceeds to tell me that the co-manager just told him to fire me. Y'all, my first instinct when he said this was like, I don't even give a fuck. Like, fuck this bitch. Fuck this job. Fuck all of this. But after time goes on, my manager asked me if I wanted to finish out my day. Because like I said, we were really cool. So he asked me if I wanted to finish out my day. I can leave if I wanted to. Just, it's whatever I wanted to do. Because like I said, we were really cool. So like I said, at first I wasn't really stressing it, and then after thinking about it as I was continuing to do this work, I was like, what the fuck am I sitting here trying to benefit this fucking shop for? What the fuck am I trying to benefit this company for? Why am I going above and beyond? My job description was to just write up a fucking car and brought my ass in this shop to help them out, but now they're firing me over something so petty. Mind you, I've never been written up the entire time I've worked at Walmart. So at this point, I start getting a little bit mad. I start getting mad and I start showing my ass. My manager calls me in the office and he basically breaks it down for me how this exactly happened. So he told me that the co-manager was walking our area to kind of give him his last minute notes for the night, and she happened to look outside the window into the shop and she saw me, who was working on the car. I think I had just turned around, was talking to another technician, and she took a photo of me without my goggles on. Now, the policy at Walmart is if you leave the company and you have a write-up on your record, you are ineligible for rehiring. And like I said, this was my home skillet biscuits. I was cool with all of my co-workers, including my department manager, and he didn't want me to be ineligible in case I wanted to come back to the company. So when she told him to write me up, he basically said, you know, let me just talk to her. She's about to leave. You know, it's not that deep. Let me just have a conversation with her and kind of just let her know what's up. All this lady happened to fucking hear was that I was leaving, and she asked him how long I had left. He went ahead and told her that I had 1 more week to go before I was leaving to go work at my new job, and she said, oh, well, in that case, fire her. So the only reason this thought pocket decided to fire me is because I was already leaving the company. But anyways, he's like in the office and he's talking to me. He's just like, Cheyenne, I'm so sorry. I feel like it's my fault. If I didn't tell her that, she probably would have just let me write you up. Like, I didn't care about the fact that I was fired because, like I said, I had 1 week left and I was out the fucking door regardless. But it was the fact about why she did it and how she did it. And this lady, and I'm gonna say her name because I don't give two F's. This lady, co-manager Ashley at Walmart in Tallahassee, Florida. She has a reputation for being a bitch. So this lady, when I found out the reason behind why she decided to terminate me, I felt like I had to do something. And even if it didn't benefit me, because I didn't want my freaking job back, I felt like if I was to stand my ground and actually go ahead and make this bitch know that she can't just fuck with everybody, it would change something for someone who's in this company. So at this point, I'm just hella pissed off. And anyone who knows me knows that I'm a very passionate person. When something really bothers me, I would be adamant. I would not let that shit go. The following day I wake up and I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I was just like, what do I do? Like, I've never been fired before in my life. I've never been without a job. And technically I had a job waiting for me, but I hadn't started it yet. So right now, at that point in time, I was unemployed. I start texting my coworkers and I'm just like, yo, I need you to do me a favor. Go into the system, pull up these policies and print them out for me. I'll be over there to pick them up. So I brought my happy ass up to Walmart. I find this bitch, Ashley, and I basically address her. I said, I need to speak to you. So after she finishes with whomever she was fucking talking to, she addresses me and she's like, how can I help you? So I basically told her ass straight up, you fired me for X, Y, and Z. And according to policy, it doesn't say anything about termination. And being that I've never been written up and I don't have any previous write-ups, I wanted to know why exactly you fired me when just the other week with the other technician, you gave him a verbal warning. What was so different about my situation? This bitch proceeds to tell me that, oh, the policy states that it's a second level coaching up to a termination. I said, well, I would like to see your policy. And she gets on the computer and starts looking up the policy. This bitch can't find the policy nowhere though. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting and I'm sitting there and I'm waiting and I'm sitting there, and this bitch still could not find the fucking policy. I meet up with the store manager and I give him a rundown of why the fuck I'm there and why the fuck I'm mad. The store manager basically tells me that he is going to go ahead and look into it because he said that he had never heard anything about this prior to me coming up to him and talking to him about it. So he told me that the following day he'll go ahead and give me a call and give me answers regarding the situation and why it went down, how it happened. So the following day I get a phone call from him and he tells me that he found the policy. He says that the policy had been changed, and it said that it was the second level coaching up until termination. So I told him, sir, I have a copy of that policy, and that policy also states that I can be terminated if I'm partaking in activity that can be harmful to me or to a customer. And I also have a photo of when I was so-called not wearing my glasses and I wasn't doing anything at all that fit those lines. So like I said, I want to know why I was terminated. He just goes on to be like, well, ma'am, you know, she was right for what she did. It is policy. I can't tell you why she didn't terminate the other employee. You know, we try to remain consistent with policy. I try to keep me up to date with policy, but we all can't be, you know, on top of everything that the system puts out. So since he wants to sit here and claim policy, I decided to inform him of all the policies that he was breaking. I told him, thank you for your time, but I'm not done with this and I will be calling corporate office. So I get off the phone with him, I call corporate office, they tell me that I have to talk to our district manager. This nigga was nowhere to be found, and so basically Walmart couldn't do nothing for me. Not the corporate office, not the district manager, not the fucking store manager. None of these bitches could do anything for me. So I decided to take legal actions. I started to look into wrongful termination and I decided to consult a lawyer. So I called a lawyer and I basically broke down the story for him, and he told me that in the state of Florida, wrongful termination is not recognized. He basically told me that I couldn't do anything about what had happened to me at Walmart because although it was wrong, technically in the state of Florida, you can be fired and your employer does not even have to give you a reason as to why you're being terminated. He also went on to say that the only way that you can actually pursue a case against your employer is if they terminated you because of some sort of discrimination. You know, due to your sex, your race, your ethnicity, something along those lines would be the only way that I would have a case against Walmart. So at this point, I kind of just found myself stuck in a corner. I felt like this was so wrong, and I just felt like the fact that I couldn't do anything, even if it wasn't for me, but because I know this bitch, and I knew she was going to continue to do it if she got away with what she did. But there was something that I can do about it, and so I had to get to a point where I just had to let it go, and I had to take my little vacation. Like I had to chill for that week. So I mean, it is a blessing in disguise because like I said, I was working in a very toxic environment, and to be working for people who act like that, who don't value their employees whatsoever, I'm happy that I'm out of there, because the company that I'm with now, though it isn't where I want to be, they are much more attentive to their employees and their needs. And I'm in a better position financially as well. So, but that's all that I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something, and please remember to thumbs up, subscribe. Like, subscribe right now. And comment down below. Let me know what you guys want to see in upcoming videos, and I'll try my hardest, you know, to get them out to you. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.